The House will come to order. This morning, the morning pledge will be said by Alexander Rucker, Joshua Marshall from Regis University in Denver, Colorado, guests of Representative Gonzalez Gutierrez.
Please join us in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Randall, please call the roll. Okay, so who's Alexander? Alex. And Joshua. Thanks, guys.
Representatives Arndt, Baisley, Benavidez, Benavidez,
And mine's not that tough. International business and history.
Cool. Great. And are you going to spend some more time with the Capitol today?
Yeah, I think we're going to do tour at 10, so
So we're hanging out here until 10 and then a tour.
I hope we do this again sometime.
Yeah, and we can go hang out and see how it is in the floor. Sure.
Thank you again.
Well, thanks.
Benavidez excused. Byrd, Benavidez is present. Byrd, Bockenfeld, Buck, Buckner, Quinteo, Caravale, Carver, Catlin, excused. Coleman, Cutter, Duran,
Hey, how are you?
Duran, Escar, Exum, Froelich, Garnett, Geithner, Gonzalez Gutierrez, Gray, Herod, excused. Holtorf, Hooten, Humphrey, Jackson, Marquez Lewis, Kennedy, Kip, Kraft-Arp, excused. Landgraf, Larson, Liston, Lontine, McCluskey, McKean, Representative Kraft-Arp is present. McLaughlin, Melton, Michelson Janae, Mullica, Neville, Pelton, Ransom, Rich, Roberts, Sane, excused. Sandridge, Singer, Sirota, Snyder, Soper, Sullivan, Tipper, excused. Titone, Valdez A, Valdez D. Representative Herod is present. Van Winkle, Weissman, Williams, Wilson, Young. Madam Speaker.
With 5 excused and 2 vacant, 4 excused, 2 vacant, and 59 present, we have a quorum. Representative Will.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. It's an honor to serve with you.
It's an honor to serve with you, Representative.
I got to tell you, Madam Speaker, I'm feeling pretty confident today. I think we're going to get all yeses. Madam Speaker, I move that the Journal of Wednesday, January 22nd, 2020 be approved as corrected by the Chief Clerk.
Members, you've heard the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say no. Those are from your own side of the aisle, Representative. The motion passes. Announcements and introductions. Representative McKean.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is one that affects all of you, so please listen up. We will have a statutory revision committee meeting tomorrow morning. It will be at 7:30 a.m. It will be in Senate Committee Room 357. I know that this is of incredible interest, and therefore I know that I will see most of you sitting in the audience to hear what statutory revision is going over. So I'll look forward to seeing you then. 7:30 tomorrow morning.
I have two quick announcements. Representative McLaughlin will replace Representative McCluskey on Rural Affairs and Agriculture Committee today, and Representative Melton will replace Representative Tipper on Judiciary Committee for today only. Representative Pelton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'd just like to recognize some individuals here from the Ebenezer Lutheran Care Center at Brush in my district. Glad you're here.
Thank you for joining us today. Representative Buck, is that?
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and I have to thank all of you for the beautiful flowers yesterday. They were just so touching, and I promise just take a little minute. My mother had, Sylvia Webster had an index finger. I mean, she was a 5'4", but a mighty mite, and that 5'4" her little index finger carried a lot of weight. But growing up in my family, we had quotes. Penny saved is a penny earned. She was a Depression baby, and she would say, before you judge, walk a mile in their moccasins. And she'd say, always look proud before you walk out that door. And it would be so bad, I'd come over in my sweats, and she'd say, where's your war paint? Which means get your lipstick on. And she'd always say, put your head up, your chest out, and your stomach in, all the time. And I am just so blessed to have that 86 years with her. She was incredible. She lives so much in my heart, and I want you to know she is looking down at all of us with her mighty index finger. I actually have a charm with her fingerprint that will be on my neck. So I, again, want to thank you so much for the wonderful flowers. God bless all of you. I missed you. I had to come back and be with my family. Thank you.
Representative Jackson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Energy and Environment Committee, yay, we're getting to work. Upon adjournment, we have two sunset hearings, Colorado Kids Outdoors Advisory Council and the Water and Wastewater Facility Operators Certification Board, House Bill 1064 as well, PUC Study of Community Choice Energy. Be there, room 112.
Representative Larson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm just coming to offer a brief reminder on behalf of our friends at the Hospital Association that they are having their reception tonight at History Colorado from 5 to 7. Hope to see you all there.
Representative Pelton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm just here to remind everybody that Colorado Counties Inc., CCI, will have their legislative breakfast over in front of the old Supreme Court room tomorrow morning from 7:30 to, no, in the morning. I forgot. Thank you.
Representative Buckner.
Good morning. I have the privilege today of introducing some very special visitors, Leading Age Colorado. And if we're fortunate to live long enough, we may need their services in the future. Founded in 1968, Leading Age Colorado is the state's largest association representing the full spectrum of senior living and aging services providers throughout Colorado. Leading Age Colorado's strength lies in the diversity of its members and includes assisted living residences, adult day services, independent senior housing, life plan communities, nursing homes, and programs of all-inclusive care for the elderly. I've had the fortune of being able to visit many of their sites, and it's really impressive. I'd like for all those who are here with Leading Age, they're up in the balcony, to stand so we can recognize you. Laura Landworth is President and CEO, and Deborah Lively is Director of Public Policy and Public Affairs. Thanks for all you do.
Thank you for joining us today. Representative Gonzalez Gutierrez.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Oh, I haven't tried out these new microphones yet. So I just want to recognize some guests that I have here today. Joining us today is the Regis University Student Government Association, or also known as RUSCA. The RUSCA members listen to students and advocate on their behalf for the changes they wish to see on campus. Regis encourages students to embody the Jesuit value of becoming men and women in the service of others, and it is a university that is located in my very own district, in House District 4, and I'm happy to welcome these students to the House floor. Please, if I can ask the students to please stand, and members, please recognize the students that are here today from Regis.
Thank you for joining us today at the Capitol. Representative McLaughlin.
She saw that this was low already. Might as well get another short person up here. These guys always raise it. So a couple things. I have permission to take tomorrow off from leadership, so I will not be here tomorrow. And Education Committee, we have a SMART hearing where we always hold our SMART hearings, and today it's on teacher shortage. So we're hoping you will all be there. This includes all the Republicans who have said that education is really important to them, but they forgot to come and listen to everybody in the SMART hearing. So we look forward to having you there. Thank you.
Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Well, colleagues, we're kind of embarrassed. I have $1,060, and I know that Representative Arndt does not have that much from her side. The sale is tomorrow night, so you have between now and tomorrow morning at this time to bring your dollars to be a part of the Cowgirl Cowboy Caucus and support a young person with the purchase of a steer at the sale. I now have 40 more bucks, so make that $1,100 that I now have.
Good morning.
Representative Arndt.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, members. So we have considerably more Democrats in the chamber than Republicans, in case we didn't notice. We don't want to talk about that number, but we know what it is. So why do we only have $750 in the envelope? Okay, we're ready. Okay. Everybody, the junior livestock auction is a real deal. It's a special time, and they always appreciate the contribution from the General Assembly, and that's true.
Representative Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Representative Arndt, for pointing out that numerically this side is far more embarrassed than this side, but collectively we are really, really embarrassed. Thank you.
Representative Mullica.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, we have some really special guests in the room today. The students from Global Leadership Academy in Thornton are here with their teacher, Miss Engel. Miss Engel was my social studies teacher in high school, and so she had the privilege of teaching a hard-headed, stubborn teenager that thought he knew everything. And now that I'm a father to a stubborn, hard-headed 4-year-old little boy that thinks he knows everything, I really do think that qualifies her for sainthood. And so I really wanted to welcome them to the Capitol today. Miss Engel played a very important role in my life. I know I wouldn't be here today where I am if it wasn't for her. And so if she could stand up in the back of the room so that we can all honor her and honor the students over here on the side, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Engel, for breaking in Representative Mullica a little bit. Representative Sirota.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Good morning, members. You have all received this invitation in your inboxes. The Colorado Children's Campaign and Mental Health Colorado invite you all to join them for a lunch and learn on Thursday, January 30th at the Children's Campaign offices, which are just a block from the Capitol. The topic is going to be nurturing healthy minds for babies, kids, teens, and families. And we'll be discussing issues related to early childhood, positive school climates, and maternal and family mental health. So make sure you RSVP, and if you can't make it, please let your aides and interns know about it. And once again, that's a mental health lunch and learn next Thursday at the Children's Campaign offices. Thanks.
Representative Weissman.
Thank you, and good morning, Madam Speaker. This is an announcement for Judiciary Committee members and others interested. The moment you have been waiting for has arrived. We've done SMART Act hearings, we've done JR 25 hearings, we've done a special hearing with the Joint Budget Committee. Now we're getting into bills. We'll follow the calendar today, starting at 1:30, 1026, 1009, 1052, and 1079. We're back in our usual room, 112 downstairs. We've been up here in 271 and the OSCC. Now that we're into bills, we are back into our usual room, 112. See you there at 1:30.
Representative McKean.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate it. I just wanted to recognize a few folks who are here from the Good Samaritan Society from my district. And if you guys would stand up, you know, one of the amazing things that we get to do, of course, when people come down is not only recognize them, welcome to the chamber, but also recognize kind of the work that they do. And Good Sam is just one of the most amazing organizations. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you very much.
Representative Harrod.
Thank you, members of Finance Committee. We will be meeting upon adjournment for joint finance right after the floor. Thank you.
Representative Michelson Janae? No? Okay. Minority Leader Neville.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, some bad news came last night. Heard from Representative Catlin that he lost his mother. His mother went to be with the Lord last night. And so anyone that's worked with Mark knows that he's the most kindest and gentlest person, you know, in this chamber, and he's dealing with a lot. This has been a long process for him. His mother's been up and down for quite some time, and it's been a lot of emotional highs and lows for him, and he's in charge of the whole family estate right now, and so he's dealing with a lot. I know he really would love to be up here, but just keep him in your prayers, and I thank everyone that's worked for moving his bills later, because I know he really wants to be there for his bills, and he's not trying to delay him. But yes, please keep him and his whole family in your prayers.
Thank you, Minority Leader Neville. Any other announcements and introductions? I have one. I am going to start fines next week. It looks like I should have started them today because there were lots of introductions that are subject to fines. So heads up, next week, fines back in place. Okay, Minority Leader Neville approves of that, as long as we don't put them in statute. The next order of business is third reading of bills, final passage. Mr. Randall, please read the title of House Bill 1021.
House Bill 1021 by Representatives McKean and Bunteo, also Senators Todd and Quorum, concerning an addition of representatives from Native American tribes with reservations in Colorado to the Colorado Youth Advisory Council.
Majority Leader Garnett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1021 on third reading and final passage.
The motion before us is the passage of House Bill 1021 on third reading and final passage. Mr. Randall, is there any discussion? Mr. Randall, please open the machine, and members, please vote. Representatives Duran, Humphrey, Valdez A. Please close the machine. With 60 yes votes, 1 no vote, and 2 excused and 2 vacant, House Bill 1021 is passed. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Randall, please read the title of House Bill 1036.
House Bill 1036 by Representatives Arndt and McKean, also Senators Woodward and Zenzinger, concerning the additional references to licensed emergency medical service providers and the Emergency Medical Service Providers Peer Health Assistance Program statute to align the statute with legislation enacted in 2019 that authorized certified emergency medical service providers to seek licensure.
Majority Leader Garnett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1036 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1036 on third reading and final passage. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Randall, please open the machine and members please vote. Please close the machine. With 61 yes votes, no votes, 2 excused and 2 vacant, House Bill 1036 is passed. Co-sponsors. Please close the machine. Mr. Randall, please read the title of House Bill 1051.
House Bill 1051 by Representatives Rich and Duran, also Senators Scott and Crowder, concerning final disposition of the abandoned cremated remains of persons eligible for internment in a national cemetery.
Majority Leader Garnett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move for the passage of House Bill 1051 on third reading and final passage.
The question before us is the passage of House Bill 1051 on third reading and final passage. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, Mr. Randall, please open the machine and members please vote. Please close the machine. With 61 aye votes, no votes, 2 excused and 2 vacant, House Bill 1051 is passed. Co-sponsors. Please close machine.
Our next order of business is consideration of resolutions. Mr. Randall, please read the title of SJR 20-004.
Senate Joint Resolution 4 by Senator Garcia, also Representative Becker, concerning parking on the grounds of the state capitol.
Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. I move Senate Joint Resolution 004 and ask that it be read at length. Just kidding.
I love our sense of humor. Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Madam Speaker Pro Tem. It's a very important resolution. It just updates the policy that governs parking around the Capitol to maintain safe access to the building. It allows for additional parking spaces in the circle, so unmarked state patrol vehicles no longer are parking on the sidewalk on the south side of the building, which was causing issues for our for people, cyclists, pedestrians, and people with disabilities. So we made more space, but we actually have to pass a resolution to allow for the use of that space. So yes, I know, it's really weird. I ask for an aye vote.
The motion before us is the adoption of SJR 004. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. All those opposed? SJR 004 is adopted.
Thank you, members. Yeah, that's everyone who votes no, your space is now gone.
Are there any, oh, we don't have to do co-sponsors. Thank you.
That brings us to announcements and introductions. Assistant Majority Leader Kennedy.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members of State Veterans and Military Affairs, we're meeting at 1:30 today in the old Supreme Court, which should be fun and exciting. The first committee meeting we'll be holding in that committee room this year. We'll be hearing House Bills 1132, 1040, and 1099. 1:30 in the old Supreme Court.
Representative Roberts.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members of Rural Affairs and Agriculture, we have our first committee meeting today upon adjournment, but since we're going to be done early, let's say 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock for Rural Affairs and Agriculture in room 107 downstairs. We have 3 bills on the calendar, 1037, 1004, and 1067.
Any other announcements and introductions? Mr. Randall, reports of committees of reference.
Committee on Health and Insurance, after consideration on the merits, the committee recommends following. House Bill 1056 be referred to the committee to hold favorable recommendation. House Bill 1076 be postponed indefinitely.
Majority Leader Garnett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House stand in recess until later today.
Seeing no objection, the House will be in recess till later today.